Alright, what's going on guys, it's Rest, and in this video I want to go over the Crader's EM-P5. If you don't know, this is a series I do on my channel where I take new, older, recently built items and put up against today's current meta to see how they perform. If you enjoy, find this video helpful in any way, consider subscribing and dropping a like. It's free, it really helps me out, and I truly appreciate it. But if you don't know, the EM-P5 is a legendary SMG manufactured by Doll, and the red text of this weapon says dust off the beta EM-P5. Now if you want to farm this, you're going to head over to the Guts of Carnivore, and you're going to be fighting the Agonizer 9000. That is the enemy who drops it. So if you don't know, the legendary effect of this weapon is that you're going to have increased movement speed when you have this weapon equipped. That alone is already a pretty good bonus and is unique to almost every single legendary in the entire game. But what most people don't know is that also when you're airborne, you're going to have increased accuracy and critical hit damage. Now the accuracy you get is pinpoint accurate, but it is harder to hit because you're jumping around in the air constantly, and the critical hit damage is also a very nice bonus on top of the accuracy. It is very reminiscent of older anoints in the game that have been removed, but when you were airborne you would get certain bonuses, so this gun just has that. Now back in the day when this gun first came out, it was actually very good. A lot of people wanted to farm for it. A lot of people tried their hardest to get it because it worked well in a lot of builds for a couple of different reasons. Not only was it just a decent SMG, the movement speed was very good just for getting around maps quicker, or if you just need a movement speed focused build, something like a spiritual driver, this could give you additional movement speed. But as time went on, just like with a lot of other legendary weapons in the game, they just start to fall off and the damage does not hold up with more and more mayhem levels coming out. As you see in the gameplay, this weapon is okay. We are on Athena's, so we're at a pretty easier level in the game killing enemies, and it's struggling on some enemies and it's doing okay on some enemies. A lot of it is jumping up and down trying to get that critical hit damage, is making it kind of hard to hit crits, but I'm sure if you are the Shroud of Borderlands, you will absolutely be able to make a lot of use out of this weapon. But now if we take it over to something a little more intense like the Guardian Takedown, you can see that this gun is just not really putting out anything. Now again, as we all know, and I say in almost every video, that the Guardian Takedown is an in-game activity. You have to have the best of the best stuff to, you know, essentially try to run it very quickly, and the EM-P5 is just not going to do it for that damage wise. So overall, man, the damage output of this, it's lacking in some areas, but it can perform okay, but it's just never going to be as good as another weapon. But that does not mean this is a bad weapon. If we go back to that movement speed bonus, I would actually rate this as being one of the better legendaries in the game, if not a top tier legendary. You can do a bunch of crazy things with this. As I was talking about, a lot of builds can make use of this, and you can even do things like if Mose is holding the weapon and she gets into Iron Bear, the Iron Bear is actually going to move faster. So if you have a new anoint where, you know, an Iron Bear weapon does more damage on an EM-P5, not only you're getting that damage increase, also going to be getting that movement speed increase for Iron Bear, which is really good. You can also pair this with things like a Snowdrift class mod, so you just slide around the map insanely fast, and this is also buffing the movement speed, and you can just speed run entire areas, and you really don't even have to shoot enemies. You can just slot through everything. So the utility of this weapon is where it shines the most, and if you do get some good gear with maybe Doll critical hit damage boost or SMG damage bonuses, you can absolutely make this gun work for mobbing scenarios. But for bossing, I would definitely recommend something else. But if I had to rate this, I would honestly give it an 8 out of 10 simply because of the utility that it has and the possibility of the damage that you can get out of it. But that's going to do all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.